Hey guys, welcome to the JW Untold Truth channel. All the points that I'm going to show you on this video, all the facts, these are not conspiracies or anything or made up stories. These are factual facts from the history that they would deny to the core. Once I was out of the hands of the Watchtower organization, I came to know all these facts from the history of this disgusting organization. Okay, let's go to number 3. Jehovah Witnesses against organ transplants. So yes, guys, Jehovah Witnesses were against the transplants of organs. It's interesting how the Watchtower likes to teach the Jehovah Witnesses about medical advice, giving them medical advice about transplants of organs. I mean, the Watchtower, as far as we know, they are a religious organization or a publisher organization or now a real estate organization, and they love to give medical advice. So will you take medical advice from a real estate agent? No, you wouldn't. Will you take medical advice from a religious organization? No, you wouldn't. But you do take advice from the Watchtower organization about medical advice. Interesting, isn't it? But again, Watchtower teachings on medical advice have changed throughout the history, especially with organ transplants. So we're gonna see how the Watchtower was pro organ transplants, against organ transplants, to the point that you can be disfellowship if you were going to have one, and back to yes, you can have organ transplants. But let's have a look at the proof, because here I can see the comments already saying, oh no, Jay, you making this up again. No, but let's have a look at the proof we've got. So we've got a Watchtower 1961, August the 1st. Questions from readers. Let's have a look at these questions from readers. Is there anything in the Bible against giving one's eyes after death to be transplanted to some living person? The question of the placing one's body of parts of one's body at the disposal of men of science or doctors and one's death for purpose of scientific experimentation or replacement in others is frowned upon by certain religious bodies. However, it does not seem that any scriptural principle or law is involved. It, therefore, is something that each individual must decide for himself. Again, here we can see that every person has to decide for himself, and then making fun of other religions or religious organizations that they are against it. So the Jehovah Witnesses back then was pro organ transplants, but that didn't take long before they changed their mind, because in the Watchtower 1967, November the 15th, they changed their mind. Let's have a look how they put it here. Would they use his organs in cannibalistic medical experiments? So now they're comparing organ transplants as cannibals. Our bodies are the creation of Jehovah God. Christians might allow apparently necessary surgery to be performed, such as to remove a diseased limb, but they do not needlessly mutilate the bodies created by Jehovah. Would allowing a body to be mutilated after death be showing respect for and appreciation of God's creation? True, in some instances there may be legal requirements that Christians abide by, such as when law requires a post-mortem examination to determine the cause of death. In such cases, the next of kin can usually request that the organs not be removed for transplant or reuse. In this way, even though an autopsy might be required, the Christians can prevent misuse of the body of a loved one. But when such laws do not apply, the Christian can decide in such a way as to avoid unnecessary mutilation and any possible misuse of the body, thus will be able to have clear conscience before God. So here they're saying no, because this is a body created by God. It's a creation of God, so we should not mutilate it. There we go. So they were against it, and they are saying that it's a cannibalistic practice. But It didn't take long before they changed their mind again. I mean, the new light came out. Because Jehovah's Witnesses doctrines or information, or the truth as they call it, is a switch. It turns on and off, on and off, on and off all the time, and depending how it suits them. So the Watchtower, March 15, 1980. It says here, questions for readers. Let's have a look at this time. Should corrugation action be taken if a baptized Christian accepts a human organ transplant, such as a cornea or a kidney? Regarding the transplantation of human tissue or bone from the human to another, this is a matter for conscious decision by each or one of the Jehovah's Witnesses. So there we go. Now it becomes a conscious matter. Acceptable, no acceptable, to acceptable again. Interesting, just interesting with Jehovah's Witnesses. It's unbelievable how they change their mind. Number 4, guys. Let's go to number 4. We got here. So, selection of the 144,000 anointing class. It was closed in 1881. Oh, no, sorry. 1930. No, sorry. 1935. No, sorry. 2007. No. Let's have a look at when was the doors closed for the selection of the 144,000. So let's go through the proof that we've got here. Now, in 1881, we also got Russell, the founder of the Watchtower, claimed that all 144,000 had been chosen by 1881. Let's have a read. So the studies of the Crucial Series 2, the time is at the hand, 1915. It says, we recognize in 1881 as marking the close of the high calling of invitation to the blessing peculiar to this age, to become joint heirs with Christ and partakers of the divine nature. So here clearly says that back in the 1881, as marking the close of the high calling, which is the 144,000, was closed back in 1881. But no long after, Judge Rutherford, when he took over, or forcibly took over the Watchtower, he changed his mind. And obviously, because he was part of the anointed, he was in this calling. So in 1931, Rutherford, Watchtower's second leader, changed this to 1931, conveniently including him as one of the anointed. Watchtower 1933, December the 1st, page 356, 357 says, the facts in harmony with the therefore in fulfillment of the prophetic parable shown that in the 1931 all who had the love of Christ delighted to know that the last ones coming into the service were to share this honor equally with those who had been long in the service. The anointed who continued to maintain their integrity toward God will share this honor, and no others could have it. No others could have it after 1931. There we go, guys. So Judge Rutherford closed the doors back in 1931. But of course, there's a new president, new rules, of course. So 1935, we got Franks is quoted as saying that in 1970 that the call ended in 1935. Let's have a read this. At a Gilead graduation in 1970, Frederick Franks told the students, no more additions. That call ended way back there in 1931-35. There are no more additions. Who then are the newly associated ones who are partaking of the memorial emblems? Obviously, because in 1931 or 1935, after that, they were still partakers, and the number increased and increased and increased all these years. So they have to come up with a new excuse, a new light, a new truth, a new information from God himself. So of course, so who are these new members that are taking the memorial emblems? How dare they? So if they are of the remnant, they are replacements. Oh, of course, that is brilliant. So there cannot be any more, so there must be the replacements. Oh, I should have thought of that. So there are no additions to the ranks of the anointed, but replacements for those who may have fallen away. Watchtower, 1999, February the 1st, page 19. These guys are just smartasses, aren't they? But wait! No, it didn't stop there. So in 2007, the governing body came up with a new idea because, hold on, we are the governing body. We are the anointed class. We have to be in this class of kings and priests. Of course, we want to rule with Jesus Christ too. So we're going to change this light or the truth or what the information is given by Jehovah God. So, of course, they came up with a new idea. So 2007, Watchtower, May the 1st, page 30 and 31 says, when does the calling of Christians to a heavenly hope cease? On the other hand, as time has gone by, some Christians baptized after 1935 have had witness born to them that they have the heavenly hope. Thus, it appears, oh Jesus Christ, it appears that we cannot set a specific date for when the calling of Christians to the heavenly hope ends. Brilliant. I mean, how should a person be viewed who has determined in his heart that he is now anointed and begins to partake of the emblems at the memorial? I remember this article when I was at Jehovah's Witnesses, because the numbers were increasing, and people were asking what the heck is going on. The numbers should be decreasing instead. See, if we are so close to the end. So, of course, but if they are taken, how other Jehovah's Witnesses should view these people? So here is the answer of the governing body. He should not be judged. It's a matter between him and Jehovah. I mean, I could not make this up, honestly. It's just brilliant. Brilliant, people. Brilliant.